Hello, my name is Alex Thompson, and this is my third program that I've written in scripting with Python. It's a rather complex program that deals with encrypting and decrypting messages from the user. It's actually pretty cool to do, but a lot of the code was borrowed from the book, so I won't be able to fully explain it. And actually, I have tried recording this several times, and I would run out of time, so I'm going to try and speed this along a little bit. Anyway, here is kind of my opening comment section. I have the significant variables and constants. I'm going to go down and explain them in the actual code though. Here I'm just kind of separating it for user friendliness, whatever. And then these are all the steps that I'm going to go through, because this program actually takes the string that the user enters in, splits it up into characters, and then sets that character to an ASCII value on the chart, moves the ASCII value by 1, then changes that numeric number into binary 0 1s, and then moves the binary string one place over to the left or right, and then that's the final outcome. And then I took it a little farther than that and went ahead and stored that in a file, and then from a file I was able to reconstruct the original message. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. These are the constants I have. Offset 1, that's just in case I wanted to move more than 1. I could just change the offset rather than trying to change 1 everywhere in code. And then a constant for space to notify when a space is. And then this is kind of just decoration. These different for loops. Here's the main body. There's the user input prompt, and I initialize these variables. Otherwise they would contain the information from the previous run, and that would be bad. And then here's a for loop, and I change each of the characters in that string into an ASCII value using the ORed method, or concatenation or whatever. And then I add it to 1, and then set it to the string value. Then down here in the for loop I separate the string into each of its words, which I didn't actually need to do, but I think it helped anyway. But basically I have a working variable temp string, it's nothing, and then while the main string is not a space, so it has letters in it or symbols or whatever, I'm going to add that to that temporary one, and then add the position so that it moves to the next position in the string. And whenever it is a space, then it'll exit and go on to the next word. And then I will change that word into its integer value called decimal, and I create another working variable called temp num. And down here, this is code from the book. I don't fully understand it, but I can somewhat explain what's going on. So if that number is 0, then it's just 0, and that's how you convert it to binary. Otherwise, if it's greater than 0, then I have to divide the number by 2, and then whatever remainder is remainder, and then I add the remainder to the string. Here's the next one. This was something I came up with to move the position of the character in the binary string. I have a working variable called move num. It checks the character, and it goes from 0 to the length of the other working string. And then if it's at the last position of the working string, then I go ahead and set the first part of the working string into the, well, would be the last position of this one, move num. Otherwise, then it just moves it over to the right one, or left, yeah. And then I display the output. Then I have message converted, and it, let's see. Here's where, whoa, I don't know what just happened. Anyway, down here, opening the file and writing to the file, and then reading from the file. And then I go ahead and reset what needs to be reset. I have another for loop that counts it kind of working backtrack now. And then I take the output string and go by character, adding the temporary word to it. And because there's a value for spaces, then I didn't actually have to make any kind of checker for the spaces. Then I rearranged the binary, and then this was another one from the book which is able to convert binary into decimal numbers. I'm sorry, I can't even really begin to explain what these symbols mean, but then I convert that number into a letter and go ahead and move it by 1. This really should be the offset, but whatever. Alright, and then I print out the outcome, and it shows the message. And then here I ask if the user wants to make another message, and it can, it'll just do it again, or not, and then it'll terminate the program. And then I do this kind of little fun for loop down the bottom where it just randomizes the different characters, a bunch of rows. It's a for loop within a for loop. And I'm going to go ahead and run it then. So this is what I kind of meant by decoration. So the message was, hello everyone, this is my encryption program. And then here it is converted into the binary and all the different changes to it. And then from the file, I took that and then converted it back into this. And then, let me see if I can find it. Ah, here's the thing. So that's the binary. Put it all in one line. Anyway, I'm not going to repeat the program, so I'll go ahead and type no here. And then it just prints out a whole bunch of gibberish and terminate. And then that's the end of the program. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be more clear on certain things. I hope that this video helps you, or you liked it, or whatever. Anyway, have a good night.